What's going on, guys? Apathetic here, and today I'm going to be covering what subclass I'm going to be maining going into Shadowkeep. Let's get into it. With Shadowkeep launching, there are a lot of changes coming into the Crucible when it comes to game modes and sandbox changes. One of the biggest, and for a lot of people the most anticipated change, was the change coming to supers, and more specifically the amount of damage resistance someone has in super and how fast you are able to get your super. And let's not forget as well, that ties into both these things, that Masterwork armor no longer grants additional damage resistance in super. With these changes, it has made me a little bit skeptical about how effective roaming supers will be in the new sandbox, especially in the competitive playlist. In competitive, teams are going to be a lot more synchronized in their play, meaning that if you're popping a super, you're going to have to choose your spots wisely. I recently leveled up my hunter to use spectral blades, and if you use spectral blades without any masterwork armor, that's roughly the amount of damage resistance a lot of supers are going to have in Shadowkeep. And trust me, I was getting melted constantly. Unless I popped my super at the perfect time, I would just get taken out with ease. So all this in mind got me revisiting what subclass I should use going into competitive for Shadowkeep, and what I ultimately decided on was Nova Bomb or Attunement of Hunger. Now I know what you're thinking, when it comes to Nova Bomb in its current state, it's not really the best, but hear me out. When choosing this subclass, I was choosing it for two reasons. The first reason is the ability to shut down other supers or get easy kills while limiting putting myself in harm's way as much as possible. I'm thinking about this through the lens of competitive. Competitive is switching to 3v3 for survival, and I'm sure at some point we'll hopefully have trials back with elimination. So with these game modes, the ability to survive is going to be huge, but also the ability to take out the enemy team without sacrificing a bunch of lives. So for me, Nova Bomb fits this perfectly. I'm able to either shut down a roaming super by myself, or maybe at the very least trade. This would end up only costing my team one life instead of giving their roaming super a chance to pick us off one by one. Or because it's 3v3, now I'm able to close the gap on the enemy team a lot quicker and take out one or two with a Nova Bomb, and then hopefully me or my team can clean up that last player. Something else to keep in mind is Nova Bomb is also having a little buff applied to it. Its initial explosion damage is being increased by 15%, and the lingering damage is also being increased by 15%. So do I think that'll be a huge game changer in terms of how it performs? I don't think so, but I'll take the buff anyway. Now, the second reason I chose this particular subclass is because of the amazing neutral game. And as you may have already guessed, what makes the neutral game of Nova Bomb so great is Devour. The ability to proc Devour is going to be a game changer going into Shadowkeep. First of all, it ties right into that concept of survivability I was talking about earlier. I can easily consume my grenade to quickly get my health back, or I'm able to consume it and be more aggressive, and as I'm getting those kills, I'm getting my health right back, increasing my chances of coming out of those engagements in one piece, and again conserving our lives as a team. But the other piece of this is the addition of intellect, discipline, and strength, and the new armor 2.0 system. I'm going to be able to create a build that will allow me to get my grenades back as quickly as possible, and this will allow me not to only proc Devour more often, but allow me to use my grenade as an actual grenade if I need to, because compared to now, how I currently use my grenades is I'm always just holding on to them until I get in a situation where I need to consume it to get my health back, or if I'm about to make a strong push, consume it and then make that push. But with this new build, I'll hopefully be getting my grenade back so often that I'll be able to use it however I want and not have to really concern myself with if I'm going to have my grenade or if I'm not. So there you have it, guys. With Shadowkeep coming out and all the changes coming to the Crucible, supers, and armor, this is a subclass I'm going to be initially taking to Shadowkeep to see how competitive it can really be. And my recommendation for you guys is to start evaluating your subclasses on your favorite character, and don't rule out that neutral game. I get the feeling with Shadowkeep that the neutral game is going to be more important than ever. But let me know in the comments if you're thinking about switching up your main subclass for Shadowkeep. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, as it's a free way to support me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
5 minutes. have fire teams. 3 minutes left. You're breaking them. One minute. Won't be long now. Seconds. I could not ask for a better victory. Impressive, Guardian. You have an instinct for battle.